everyone, it's CL. Today I kind of want to talk about manifesting and my honest experience when it comes to manifesting what you want in life. This is something that I've been trying for months to at least start the first handful of steps, but I am definitely hitting some roadblocks. So today we're going to go through the 9 manifestation steps, and I'm going to kind of talk through my experience and my honest opinion when it comes to following these steps and trying to manifest things in life. Step number 1 is to get clear on what you want. So for myself, I feel like I have a clear visualization of what I would honestly like in my life. And in this step, it says to be specific. And for myself, as far as like visualizing what I want in life, I'm able to be very specific. So as far as step 1, I'm already experiencing some hang-ups. So essentially, you're supposed to write down in detail what you want, what aspects of your life you want to manifest. So of course I love journaling, and ideally I would want to write these things down in my journal and be very specific and truthful and candid, but a part of me feels embarrassed. And I think it's because it's so personal. If someone were to find my manifestation journal and were to read the things in there and then approach me and be like, oh, is this the stuff you want in life? Like, automatically, even in my imagination, I'm already denying it. I'm like, oh no, that's something I wrote a long time ago. Oh no, that's a fan fiction I'm working on. That's not real. I think the main thing for me is that it's such a personal thing, and I'm such a very closed off person. Like, I don't share anything with anybody. So in order to kind of combat my fear that someone will come across the things I'm trying to manifest, since I am like very insecure about it, that I am going to write things down in detail, but it has to be in a document on my computer that's like password protected, just to ensure no prying eyes will ever see what I wrote. So step number 2 is uncover your why. And for myself, for each thing that I want to manifest in my life, I'm very specific on why I want that certain something. So step 2, I feel fairly confident about. Step 3 is to ask for it. So in this step, they say ask for it from the universe, make a vision board, journal it. And this is another hang up for me. Step 3, ask for it. When I think about the things that I want in my life, I find myself negotiating with myself. So say for example that I want this specific house and it's pretty pricey, especially for one person. I know that this is the house that I want, but at the same time, I find myself negotiating my wants down, feeling like what I'm asking for is too much. So I have this argument with myself saying, okay, well, that's kind of a big ask. So maybe to compromise, maybe get like a cheaper house that's more realistic. And this is the argument that I have with myself, because on the one hand, if the whole purpose of manifesting is to manifest the things that you want in your life, then it should be the things that you want in your life and not feeling like I'm asking for too much. So for step 3, I'm really having an argument with myself. I'm negotiating from what I want to what I'm willing to settle for. And that's not the purpose of manifesting. So step 3 is a definite struggle for me. I really need to be in a good mindset when I do step 3 and just kind of like write down what I want, ask the universe for it, and then close my document and walk away. Because if I stay too long and think about it, I'm negotiating myself down, and that's not good. Settling for less is not the purpose of manifesting. So step 4 says trust and believe, and in the little description box it says like this is a very crucial step. So step 4 I also struggle with. So trust and believe what I'm manifesting will happen. So I want to trust and believe, but I'm very insecure and I have a lot of doubts. Now, part of me feels a lot of doubt because I feel very insecure. I guess I feel really insecure about like my abilities. I mean, as sad as this may sound, I don't see myself as some special person. I see myself as very average. And I think about like all the stuff that I'm manifesting. I'm like, well, those don't happen to average people like me. Like, I feel like I'm making wishes, you know, like, oh, it's a nice wish, but will it happen? I feel doubtful, but that's the whole purpose of this step, is just trust and believe in the process and just let it happen. If I continue with this self-doubt, I can totally see how me trying to manifest the things I want in life aren't going to happen. It's kind of like I'm pushing against something. Like, if good things are to come, my attitude towards it feels like I'm pushing against it and not being welcoming. If you trust and believe in the process, you're welcoming what's coming. I'm going to try really hard, and I'm reading like manifestation books. I'm reading books on prosperity just to kind of help my mindset of being less doubtful and more trusting of the process. All right, so step 5 says take action. Now this is a step that I really am super glad that I came across, because like in the last step, I told you like it feels like I'm just making wishes, but what differentiates it, you're actively working towards something. So as much as I see myself as an untalented person, one thing I know for sure about myself is that I'm a very hard worker. So as far as like taking action, I feel that that's like the one skill set I have, is to work hard for something. So when I think about this whole manifestation process, I get caught up in feeling like I'm asking for castles in the sky. So I just so happened to pick up this book here called The Little Book of Prosperity. But in this book that I'm reading, it just so happened to put it in really great perspective, because it says like, if you're making castles in the sky, now's your job to create the foundation underneath it, which means take action and work towards that castle. Work towards that prosperity that you want. So at least with step 5, take action, I feel like that's one area where I could excel, because I do see myself, if anything, a hard worker. So in step 6, it says ditch what's holding you back, and in this step, it actually lists having self-doubt. Now one way they say to combat this is to try incorporating mindfulness and leveraging the power of positive thinking. So I'm not sure exactly what steps to take when it comes to mindfulness and what it means to have like positive thinking, if that's supposed to be like a constant thing, or if that's like meditations in the morning, or if that's what. I don't exactly know what that entails, but I understand where they're coming from. So I'm kind of thinking, since I have so much self-doubt, if I would benefit from like a mindfulness journal, which incorporates like positive thinking. I don't think I've really had a mindfulness journal before, and I don't really know what that entails, but it's something that I'm definitely willing to try. Step 7 says to reinforce your desires. They gave examples of journaling, affirmation, vision boards. Now I think that's a really good step, because I've created vision boards before, which I love, but I think my hang up with vision boards is that I create it once and then I hang it on the wall, but I get the most enjoyment out of creating it and thinking about all the things I want to work towards. And then once it's on the wall, it kind of gets stagnant and life gets busy, and you just kind of, you know it's there, but you kind of forget about it. It's like not at the forefront of your mind. So I think this time around, I think once again, I'll try journaling. If anything, maybe I can like journal at least once a week on like how my manifestation progress is going, to make sure I make it a priority. So step 8 is to acknowledge and celebrate your progress. And I think when it comes to this step, I think my main struggle is that it's easy to fall into that trap, like that you want to have it as soon as possible. Like say if something's on the way, but it's going to take 3 or 4 years, I can imagine it's so hard to be patient because you just want it right now. So I think when it comes to step 8, I need to have patience, and I also need to celebrate small progress. Like say you're saving up for something that, even though you couldn't save like $1,000 a month, even if you're saving a little bit, it's something towards that thing that you want. So, or say that you're studying for an exam that you really want to pass. So instead of waiting for that big progress of like passing the exam, celebrate the small progresses, like you studied an hour a day, or you understood a complex concept that took you some time, but you finally conquered it and now you understand the concept. So the last step, step 9, it says keep your vibes high. It says remember that you attract what you believe, so make every effort to keep your internal vibration high and take care of yourself so you're in the best possible place to create desired change for yourself. So as far as step 9, that's going to take a lot of work from me, because I'm just that type of person that really gets down on themselves. But I think it's really important to have that discussion internally that I am deserving of the things that I'm trying to manifest. So as for myself, when it comes to manifesting, I do feel ready to write my manifestations down in my password protected document and start to do the work for steps 1 through 9. I will list the steps 1 through 9 down below in my description box. So let me know if you believe in the power of manifestation, if it's something that you're going to do or already doing. But that's my video for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.